We're going to take a look at a few of our vinyl siding assemblies to show how they work. In our estimating tab, we've already got a few location folders set up to organize our takeoff in. And these location folders come with the plug-in. So all you do is go to your estimating tab, select your BP siding location folders. You've got one main location folder that you can drag over into the estimating tab as many times as you need to. Set up as many different folders as you want. Okay, so we'll go to our our vinyl siding folder, and we've got a couple different main siding assemblies for our vinyl siding. We got a lap siding, and then we've got a vinyl shake panel siding. So let's take a look at our lap siding assembly for vinyl. We've got a material waste percentage we can set here in the assembly info tab. We can name this assembly whatever we want to name it, and we can give it a price per square foot for our bid report. In the siding tab here, we can select the actual siding type. In our siding material list here, find our vinyl material. We'll just keep it set what the default is set at. We can select our siding panel width, so we'll leave that at 10 inches, and then our siding panel length of 12 feet. We can give it a description, and we can just manually type in a siding color. If we need to pick up our wall wrap, we can do that as well. We can select our house wrap, set up our roll size, how many layers, and pick up our Tyvek tape as well. So for our folder drop down here, you can see the 4 folders that we've got in the estimating tab. We're going to select the siding tab. Click OK. We'll just do a quick siding takeoff here. Okay. If we want to back our windows out, we can right click and subtract from section. Go through and back out our openings. Okay, so let's go back and take a look at our siding assemblies. So that's our lap siding. So let's say we want to pick up some trim. Let's say we want to pick up our corner trim here. So we can use our vinyl linear trim assembly. Again, you can duplicate these assemblies and pre-select and set up however many different types of trim assemblies you want, and just rename them. We're going to call this, let's see, we'll call this outside corner trim. And again, we can put in an amount per foot for a bid. We'll leave our line width at 4, waste percent at 5. So here we can actually go use our drop down, select our vinyl trim. So we'll do a vinyl 4-inch outside corner, and we can select our trim material length that our corner trim comes in. We'll leave that at 12. And for a description, we'll call it corner trim. And for the location folder, we will put this in the exterior trim folder. We'll click OK, and we could go through and take off however many feet of outside corner trim we need. Okay. All right. So let's say we also want to pick up some J channel. Okay, so we can call this J channel. Again, we can put in an amount per foot for our bid. So we'll do our vinyl 0.875 J channel. Select our material length that's going to come in. We'll leave that at 12. Description of J channel. Click OK. And we could just go around and pick up J channel around our windows if we needed it. Around our exterior doors, anywhere that we would need J channel, maybe up our rake. And then let's say we wanted to also pick up some starter strip. Could also do that. We'll select our vinyl starter strip. Starter strip for description in our exterior trim folder. Click OK. Go through and take off however many linear feet of starter strip that we're going to need. Okay, now let's take a look real quick. We also have in the trim folder, we've got a trim coil assembly where if you've got anything that needs to be wrapped with trim coil, let's say you had a beam or some columns or anything that you needed to pick up trim coil for, you can use the trim coil assembly for that as well. Let's take a look at the soffit and fascia real quick. So we'll start that assembly up. Again, here we can select our soffit width. We'll just leave that at 16 inches. A bit amount per foot for our soffit. So for our fascia material, we can select whatever we need here. We're going to go with a 24-inch trim coil, 50-foot rolls. Now for the fascia material coverage, so if we can split that 24-inch roll in half to bend our fascia width, then we'd get 100 feet of coverage out of a 50-foot roll. So you can set your material coverage to whatever you need there, and then give it a description and color. Soffit material, we'll select our soffit. We're going to do our 24-inch vented soffit. Set our panel size, soffit panel size, so 24-inch wide by 12 feet long. We'll set our color and a description for that. Then you've also got two different trim types. So if you need to run a J channel, up against a house or on the against the fascia or the outer side of the overhang, and then some different, maybe an F channel or some other different kind of trim against the house, then you've got two different trim types you can select here. We're just going to stick with the J channel for both. Click OK, and then we'll just run through and do our linear takeoff. Alright, now we'll take a look at our reports real quick. Okay, so, before we do that, let's go back to our estimating tab. So actually our vinyl soffit and fascia would have gone into our cornice folder instead of our trim folder. We also have a flashing assembly too in our miscellaneous folder. Any kind of linear flashing that you would need to pick up, you could do with that assembly as well. So back to the reports. If we take a look at our materials by location report, we can zoom in here. So in our siding location folder, we've got our siding material here, so we can see that we've got 10-inch by 12-foot vinyl, double 5 Dutch lap clay. We need 13 pieces, and it gives us our Tyvek and Tyvek tape. For exterior trim, we've got our starter strip, 12-foot pieces. We need 3. It gives us a piece count for all of our materials, our J channel, our corner trim, and then for our cornice, it gives us our material there, how many rolls, a 24-inch by 50 white coil, and then how many pieces of soffit by 12 foot, and then how many pieces of J channel, 12-foot J channel that we need. And if we look at our consolidated report, again, it's just going to give us one consolidated list of materials for the whole project that can be used as a purchase order to send out, get pricing from vendors. And then our bid report is going to organize your bid for you based on the location folders as well. So it's going to take whatever amount that you put in per foot or square foot, gives you your quantity of your square footage and linear footage here, and then gives you your bid amount for each. You can also set up a markup total percent. When you set up each individual job, you'll have the option to apply a markup percentage to that. That will be added to your bid if you'd like to do that as well.